Hi children, Mrs. Reed here. Today we're carrying on with our division. By the end of the lesson, hopefully you'll be able to use the bus stop written method to calculate short division, but this time it's got a remainder. So, to divide a two-digit number using short division. Now, before we start the formal part of the lesson, I've just dropped in a quick problem of the day. I know how you enjoy them, and we haven't done one for a while. Pause the video and grab a bit of scrap paper and a pencil and see if you can solve the three problems with a few scribblings. I'm not going to go through it with you. I'd like you to have a go independently first, and then I'll go through the answers on the following couple of slides. Right, let's have a look, shall we? So for the first part of the problem, it tells you that D has 20 marbles and some bags. We're going to divide these marbles up by sharing them out. She puts 2 marbles into each bag. So how many bags does she use? So, did you do some jottings? If you have a look on the right, I've divided the marbles 2 into each bag, and I needed to use 10 bags. So D has 10 bags. And if you wrote a division sum for that, it would be 20 divided by 2 equals 10. Did you get that part right? And now the second part of A. Sarah also has 20 marbles and some bags. She puts 5 marbles into each bag. So, we need to work out how many bags Sarah's used. So if you put 5 marbles into each bag, you're going to need 4 bags. So 20 divided by 5 equals 4. Sarah has 4 bags. Now, that's not the end of it, because now we have part B. How many fewer bags does Sarah use? How many less bags? So we need to find the difference by doing a subtraction sum. The difference in 10 bags and 4 bags is 6, because 10 take away 4 equals 6. So Sarah uses 6 fewer bags. Did you get that bit right? And now we're going to carry on with the main part of the lesson. We're going to continue our numeracy unit on short division, but today it's slightly more tricky because the numbers aren't going to divide exactly. Do you know what it's called when it won't divide exactly and you've got some left over? That's right, it's called a remainder. Can you say that? Remainder. So just to remind you of today's learning objective, it's to complete the written method for short division with remainder. Do you remember from our last lesson what the bus stop method is? Have a look at this symbol. It's when you write the sum around this symbol as a quick way of jotting down. I'll show you how to do it on the next page. So this is how you set out your sum for the model on the left. The sum is 72 divided by 4. Putting 1 digit in each square, you put 72 inside the bus stop, and then on the outside of the bus stop, you put the 4. So now you know how to set it out, let's complete the calculation. We'll start off just as we did in the last lesson. How many 4s are there in 7? Well, you can only fit one 4 into 7, so put a 1 in the tens column. And then, what's the remainder? 1 4 is 4. Count on in your head until you get to 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. Can you imagine me holding my fingers up how I do in school? And of course, that's right, the remainder's 3. This actually means 3 tens. So jot it down in front of the 2 ones and it'll give you 32. Then how many 4s are there in 32? And of course you should know 8 4s are 32, and so you write the 8 in the ones column, and that gives you an answer of 18. 72 divided by 4 equals 18. And now I'll model another example. This time 51 divided by 3. So you've got 51 inside the bus stop, 3 on the outside, and first of all you need to ask yourself, how many 3s are there in 5? And of course you can only fit one 3 into 5, so write a 1 in your tens column. And what's the remainder? 1 3 is 3, 4 5, so the remainder is 2. Remember, it's actually 2 tens, so that makes the ones 21. How many 3s in 21? And of course, you know that 7 3s are 21. So write the 7 above, and that will give you an answer of 17. 51 divided by 3 equals 17. And another one. 92 divided by 4. So, how many 4s are there in 9? And there are 2. 4 2s are only 8, so that gives you a remainder of 1. And the 1 10 makes that 12. How many 4s in 12? And of course, 4 3s are 12, so you write 3 in the ones column, making the answer 23. And can you see on the left, I've written the actual sum down for you as well to show you how to set that out. And that's 92 divided by 4 equals 23. And the next one, 45 divided by 5. Now, I've put this example in because it's slightly different. It hasn't actually got a remainder. Let me talk you through it. How many 5s are there in 4? You can't actually fit any 5s into 4. There aren't any, are there? I'm going to put a 0 in that tens column for now, but I'll talk about that in a little while. So that means that you're immediately dividing 45 by 5. How many 5s are there in 45? And you should know that 9 5s are 45. So if you put a 9 in the ones column, that'll give you your answer. Now, who can tell me, was there any need for me to put that 0 in the tens column? There wasn't really, was there? Because a 0 before a 1 doesn't actually mean anything, does it? So there's no need to write that 0 down. I just did it to show you that you couldn't actually fit any 5s into 4. So 45 divided by 5 equals 9. And now it's your turn. Pause the video, take a piece of squared paper and a pencil from your home learning pack and have a go at the ones on the right. Remember, you'll find it a lot easier if you put one digit in each square. And I'll check your answers on the next slide. Good luck! And how did you get on with those? Pause the video and we'll check your answers. 42 divided by 3 equals 14. 36 divided by 6 equals 6. 95 divided by 5 equals 19. 72 divided by 3 equals 24. 96 divided by 4 equals 24. And 84 divided by 3 equals 28. Did you spot the second one? Do you really need to write that 0 before the 6? You don't, do you? 36 divided by 6 equals 6. I just jotted it down to remind you that you can't actually fit 6 into 3. Okay, how did you get on? And let's just have a think about how you got on with today's lesson. Were you happy that you knew your multiplication facts well enough? Do you know what the bus stop method means and how to set it out? And how did you cope with the remainder? Are you confident that you can divide a 2-digit number by a 1-digit number using short division? I don't want you to worry at all if you found it tricky, because once we're back in school, we can go through all this again. And last but not least, don't forget that we love you to share your work with us in school, either by WhatsApp, by our post box, or you can send us an email. Look forward to seeing you all soon. Bye now.